hello, hello, hey everybody! Woo! Welcome to TMI Project's Voices in Action Storytelling Showcase and Award Ceremony 2023! We're here, we're in person, we're excited. When I say TM, you say I, TM, TM. When I say Julie, you say hi, Julie, Julie. Hi. Thank you, everyone. I want to give a very warm welcome to our online audience, folks who are joining us from all over the world to tune into Voices in Action 2023. Everybody just look back there and just give a little wave to the online audience. Nice work, online audience. Have we got a show for you? And we're going to start off reflecting back for a second and bringing up to the stage somebody very special to me. How do you describe and introduce a real live fairy? A magic-making, world-changing, with words, with just words. Celeste Lacine. I have the pleasure of knowing Celeste and getting to work with Celeste every day as part of the Future Perfect Project with these amazing young people you saw a few flashes of. If you had asked me when I was a kid, struggling, growing up in the 80s, closeted, miserable, if I could ever have dreamed of working with the person who created the movie Trevor and created the Trevor Project, it never, ever would have occurred to me. I had very little hope. Getting to work with Celeste and helping LGBTQIA plus youth all over the country is a gift for both Celeste and I. We learned so much from these young people. And Celeste every day inspires me to be braver, to be bolder, to reach deeper out to these young people. I would not be doing it if it wasn't for you. If it wasn't for you, you have changed my life. I think of every queer person in this room who I'm sure at some point has come across the Trevor Project and either used it or thought about it or recommended it to another queer person. It is so important and is more important now than ever that we have resources like that. And Celeste, what you have done in creating that is just, it's changed everything for us. So thank you so much. I'm so happy to bring you to the stage, Celeste Lacine.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for that beautiful... that was so lovely. You know, I wasn't going to tell this story, but some of you may have heard it. When the first time I came to the first time I came to a TMI event, I was a guest. I didn't live up here in the Hudson Valley, and I came to the event, and I went up to Julie and Eva after the event, and I said, I know what I'm doing for the rest of my life. And they were like, who are you? And about 9 months later, I got on a bus from New York City, and I came up here and walked across town and came to their office and knocked on their door, and I said, I need to know more about what you do. And then they told me, and anyway, it's been an incredible ride, and it's so wonderful to be supporting your work, because I really believe in it. And I have the great honor of introducing the guest of honor this evening, and I'm so thrilled, and I wrote a little something. So drag isn't a new form of storytelling. It is, well, it's been around for ages. And I don't know what it was like for the Greeks, though I hear they had fabulous shoes. These days, drag is a high-wire act involving iconic splits, killer catchphrases, social media savvy, costumes that slay, a season of Drag Race, if you're lucky, a soupçon of vulnerability, and perhaps most essential, a talent for being oneself. A performer like tonight's honoree, Laganja Estranja, has the courage to do all that and more, because she includes her LGBTQIA plus activism as a part of her work. In fact, everything she does is LGBTQIA plus. When she's not performing at Pride events or supporting LGBTQ organizations, she's sharing her personal journey and experiences, providing a dynamic, sometimes controversial, often inspiring, and always visible representation of what it means to be a transgender individual in drag. She uses her platform to call out instances of transphobia and homophobia while advocating for a more inclusive and accepting world. And especially dear to my heart, she is standing up for queer youth, encouraging them to be their authentic selves. I don't need to tell anybody here how important it is that right now that we support those people who identify as LGBTQIA+, and especially the trans and non-binary individuals among us. While politicians are busy passing laws designed to silence and disappear us, trying to deny us health care we deserve, banning our forms of entertainment, removing rights that we fought so hard to win for ourselves, and casting us as a threat to children, Laganja is continuing to be herself, publicly, flamboyantly, extravagantly, as you'll see, insistently, and like many of us, doing it in the face of no. Personally, I think it would be wrong to simply stand by and allow her at this moment to feel attacked. Because what we want for you tonight, what we want for you every day of your life, Laganja, is to feel loved. Can you feel it? So please, everyone, if you will, put your lighters up and show some love for the winner of the 2023 Voices of Action Award, the fabulous, the fantastic, the iconic, and the utterly outrageous Laganja Estranja. Look, it's your award.
No, they said if we don't get a picture, it didn't happen, so hold on. Where's the camera?
Where's Stefan?
They told us to pose first. Okay, here.
Where are we looking?
Looking here.
Oh, darling, hello there.
One more time.
And to all you at home.
We had a whole dress rehearsal before this, okay? We're just following the orders. Y'all, give it up for Celeste. Oh, my God. I want to echo what Julie said. You know, if you had told little queer Jay Jackson from Dallas, Texas, that's a $, that one day the co-founder and Academy Award winner of the Trevor Project would present me with an award, I would have never, ever believed it. In fact, I would have told you you were higher than me, okay? And I put the ganja in LA, so that's very high. So thank you so much, truly, for that incredible just announcement and introduction. That was so sweet. I also want to give a huge thanks to the TMI Project. If anyone knows a little thing about being too much, it's myself. And I am just so honored to be here tonight to receive this award. It truly means the world to me. So thank you. Thank you to all of the community that's here tonight. And thank you to all the LGBTQAI+ community. I truly would not be where I am today if it wasn't for the support of each and every one of you. I also want to give a huge thanks to my dear friend Blake, who made tonight possible. You not only inspire me as an artist, but you also inspire me as a human being, and your kindness precedes you, and I hope that I am able to do the same that you are in this world. You're such a beautiful human being, and I love you, and thank you for having me here tonight. I want to give a huge shout out to my mom and dad, my sister and her wife, and my best friends, Robert and Hector, who are watching online tonight. They are truly my rock, and they're the reason I'm here. And last, but certainly not least, to quote the great Snoop Dogg, I want to thank my motherfucking self, okay? And I don't mean to say that in a cocky way. I mean to say it rather in a confident way, as someone who hated themselves for so many years. It wasn't until 2021 when I came out as transgender that I really began to understand the true meaning of loving oneself. And as someone who traveled the world preaching the gospel of RuPaul and saying, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell can you love someone else? I lied to myself. I lied to myself for so many years, and it wasn't until I decided to really own who I am and come out as transgender that I began to feel that I am enough. And if there's anything that I can leave all of you with tonight, it's that you are so beautiful, and don't you let anybody, including yourself, tell you differently. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. This means so much to me. This is my first award I've ever won as Laganja Estranja and as Jay Jackson. I cannot wait to place this on my mantle. And truly, from the bottom of my heart, I love each and every one of you. And I cannot wait to come out here and slay the stage and show you why it is I am the 2023 recipient of this award. Oh, I love you guys. Thank you so much.
First award, and certainly not last, Jay Jackson, a.k.a. Laganja Estranja, who will be back. Will be back. Everyone, please help me now. Welcome to the stage our first storyteller, the fabulous Katie Kennedy.
Center. I think this is perfect. Nailed it. All right. None of us gender-expansive kids in Ann Arbor, Michigan, had the words to express ourselves. So growing up, I rely on Halloween. I am Peter Pan 3 years in a row. At 6, 7, and 8 years old, I am a girl with skinny legs and a fake sword, unknowingly trying to slash the hook of the binary system. And by 10, I begin to lose my way and start to dress up, as a pretty princess, a witch, or some other character with a femme identity. And in these costumes, playing a girl doesn't feel like me, but I receive affirmation from the general public. And people would say, oh, you're such a pretty girl, and that's what girls do. As I get older, my dad would say things like, I know my daughter, and I know that she likes men. She likes men. It's no wonder that year by year, I become more closeted, internalizing the world's judgment of acceptable identity until even on Halloween, the one day a year when I can explore the different genders I feel within myself, I no longer trust myself. And so, I play it safe. By high school, I've lost all my love for Halloween, but at least I have the women's basketball team, and we have long shorts and baggy clothes that make us feel ourselves. And we have each other. Sports ruled my life, and my teammates are my family. And I ride that dykey sports wave all the way through college, where I play lacrosse and find myself hooking up with my co-captain in the locker rooms. But we're straight and have boyfriends, but that's just what girls do, right? In moments of clarity, I cry on the phone to my best friend about being a lesbian. And in freshman year in college, I revisit my love for Halloween, and I dress up as a clown. I wear black overalls with a big painted-on smile, a big dripping painted-on smile that covers most of my face. I'm on all black chains on my neck. I am in my element. And I return home at the end of the night, hazed and stimulated with various substances within my system. And moving through my small, dark, quiet New York City apartment, I catch sight of some of myself in a mirror. And what do I see? A boy. A weird, interesting boy, calling from the darkest parts of myself. I look deeper into the mirror, and I know this handsome boy. I've seen him as Prince Charming on Disney movies or years ago when I dressed up as Peter Pan, and something sparks deep inside of me, something I've always known. And there is no doubt in my mind that I am trans. I sink to the floor admiring my sharp chin and big boy pants, and he's there, me. Something I've searched for within every breath, right before my eyes. A new kind of cool monster smiling right back at me. My monstrous clown lights something inside me where my fears can be broken up into a million pieces of expression. My monstrous clown takes things far as I can possibly go. And my monstrous clown loves to dress up and play with masculinity, femininity, and everything in between. My monstrous clown dances freely, climbs fences to get a closer view, and balances on the thin line between exhilaration, fear, and liberation. And my monstrous clown is my demons. It's my addiction, it's all of me, and it's for damn sure not always pretty. My monstrous clown, I know you will always be with me, and I love you. Stepping into my clown identity, I reclaim my inner child and open the space between costume and play beyond Halloween. I am inspired to play with gender, and some days I am comfortable in my non-binary identity and the creepy, beautiful things I am. And in some days, I like to play with femininity. I dress up as this character, Katie Baby, and wear lipstick, throw on thought clothes, put on one of my many wigs, even some eyelashes, and take cute pics. When I dress up in that costume, a girl costume, do I no longer fit your non-binary molds? Do others see me as I see me? And if so, why not? Ramir Nadir, a Canadian psychologist who studies chlorophobia, the fear of clowns, believes that clown phobias are fueled by the fact that clowns wear makeup and disguises that hide their true identities and feelings. Does it disguise my true identity or force you to look at it? Does it disguise my identity or am I expressing the various identities I hold? Can you see how expansive I am under this makeup? And do you see my different genders through my disguises? Look at me, fear me. Sometimes I find myself defensive over my non-binary transness, and I'm sick of these motherfuckers seeing me as girly when really I'm a girly boy. So here are some rules, ground rules, to me, from me. I wear femme clothing when I dress up creatively. Only dress-up days are near and dear to my heart, for me, from me. I dress up for nobody but who? Me. Yes. I am Twinkie, but that does not mean I'm wearing that ugly-ass dress to family dinners anymore. Suits only and chain accessories. Number 3, I can wear a dress and heels and even have my acrylic nails sometimes, and that's okay. It does not give folks the right to comment on my titties. Number 4, for every non-binary person, there's a different way to be non-binary. And number 5, folks don't ever get to tell me I'd be better as a girl. I'm putting my foot down. This gender-expansive kid from Ann Arbor, Michigan, now has the words to explain the full spectrum of my gender identity, and this is my non-binary declaration.
Katie Kennedy! Yes! A powerful declaration. Everyone here to present our first Local Agent of Change Award. I want to welcome up to the stage Micah.
Hi, everybody.
Hey. Hey, Micah.
Hi. I was given a very difficult task tonight because anyone who knows Jessieca knows that if you're presenting them with an award, there's a decent chance that when they get up here, they're going to roast you a little bit. I'm prepared. And also anyone that knows Jessieca, and it's hard to believe if you don't. Whether you know her personally or you know her through her stories, you know that she is all about love. She is triumphant in that love. It's crazy because even as people knew I was doing this today, I keep hearing stories all day from other people about your love and how people feel that love. I heard somebody today who was like, I didn't even really know her that well, and I just felt loved. And I think we all feel that from you. You give it like it's candy. And no matter how you are, no matter how you're showing up, no matter what you've got going on that day, it's always about love. And that continues to inspire me. And I want to just ask everyone, if you can, like, just give back a portion of that love that she has given you and welcoming her up here to receive this award.
Jessieca McNabb, the one and only Agent of Change 2023, now and forever at the Senate Garage.
Well, folks, Micah, you got off easy today. My little LBJ, we'll talk about that later. I think I tried to write a speech like 1,000 times since we started this, and since they called me. And Blake called me, wherever he went. And, oh, there you are. And I thought he was joking. I really did. I was like, are you kidding me? For real? I'm like, because I just get up and live my life. And if it's inspiration to somebody else, that's not what I started out to do, but it's by default, just living my life. And I want to thank a few people. First, I have to thank God, who is the head of my life, and that has me standing here before you right now, because if you guys know me, I've been through a lot of difficulties, up and down, and for me to be standing here on this walker is nothing but love from him. And my village, I have an incredible village. Started with my mom, and if everybody knows, I affectionately call her Cheryl. And she couldn't be here tonight, and my stepdad couldn't be here tonight for other reasons, but keep them lifted in your prayers. And I wouldn't be the person that I am without her. We've been through ups and downs and all arounds, and we've come out great on the other end. And then also, too, I would like to thank my crew over there that's here, Shirley and my sisters, Talisa and Monique, who is my better half on We Got Next. And I love doing that radio show with her. And I love for us to be able to do things in the community and talk to people in the community and spread our love. And if you ever listen to our show, that's what we lead with. We start with that. We start with inspirational. And in the end, we're always telling people to tell somebody that you love them. Check on your neighbors. Check on your people. And build our community back. So also, too, I would love to thank TMI, Eva and Julie. You guys changed my life. You really did. I was working at Stewart's, and you got, yeah. Woo! Yeah. We won't talk about them right now. Might have a pending lawsuit or something, I don't know. But you guys really did. Coming in the store in Rosendale, I thought they were swingers, because they just kept coming in. And I was like, I don't get down like that. And they kept buying chocolate ice cream, and I was like, hey, is this like a hint? What's happening? But I didn't know if I was gonna try something new. I ain't know. But you guys really have changed a lot of things in my life, and I've done a lot of things that I probably wouldn't have done without you guys in TMI. And I just am really appreciative. I love you guys. You know we're more than TMI, we're family. You know how we do, how we get down. And I'm just grateful, And I want everybody out here to be grateful for every day that you get, for every hour that you get, for every moment that you get, because there's a lot of people that are not getting those moments. And we need to lead with love. If you lead with love, you can't go wrong if you're leading with love and a pure heart. So I want to say thank you. I know you guys are watching the clock. I heard about it. I was going to keep talking till the music came on, but I was like, let me see how long I can do this. Oh, damn!
Whoa, wait a minute!
I love you guys.
You go on. You take 15 more minutes.
I got 15 more minutes? No. I love you guys, and I'm really humbled by this award, and I just can't even explain to you, what it means to me. And I love all of you and everybody who's had a hand in it, and I see so many familiar faces out here that are here for everybody else, and thank you for coming for me. I love you guys. Thank you.
Jessieca McNabb, one of our agents of change tonight. Amazing human being, storyteller, radio personality, funny as hell.
Hey, this got my name on it.
It does.
Thank you.
Oh my God. Thank you, Micah, for presenting the award. Woo! Yes. Oh, let's keep things going. I'm very excited to introduce our next storyteller who joined us first on our TMI Project Comedy Free Write Online and is now here in the flesh to tell his story. It's Gabriel Perez.
It's 2019. I'm 27 and stuck in my full-time job selling memberships at a local gym. Technically a program coordinator. I'm bored and uninspired and want to take control over my life. Be my own boss. It's time to fight for my financial independence. I decide to open my own business. They're ahead of me. I don't want to start my life over just to be stuck in the same old routine, though. My business needs to be fun. I want to be able to actually enjoy my work. Years ago, I saw videos of destroy rooms. Places where people use baseball bats and sledgehammers to break everyday objects like vases, printers, and failed arts and crafts. I've never been a particularly destructive guy, but I saw a future in destruction. As a business, destroy rooms smash through all the new business checkboxes. One, it's unique. I'm the first in the state of Maine. Which means no competition. Two, it's sustainable. My inventory will consist of junk already destined for warehouses or landfills. Three, it's profitable. The business model literally involves selling trash. And most importantly, it'll be fun. I obsess over spreadsheets, design a logo, and come up with a name. Smash-tastrophe destroy rooms. My dream is becoming a reality. I'm forced to start living that dream sooner than I'm ready to, because My boss takes my new smash-tastrophe obsession as a sign that I'm quitting and lets me go. I'm not ready to start the business, but I don't have a choice. I'd trade in my compact Kia for a big red smash truck and start collecting smashables. I cobble together smash-tastrophe out of 4 second-floor offices that I reinforce with plywood. After exhausting days and endless splinters, I move onto the massive open space I designate the Smash Showroom. I decorate the showroom with free roadside furniture, then stuff it full with hordes of anything that can be smashed. The only thing that matters is endless variety. I want to make sure even the last customer every day feels like they have a choice. Opening day comes, and I realize I may have over-prepared, considering the only person who attends our grand opening is me. Me and my kingdom of junk. It's 3 days before anybody comes. Thank God they book my largest package, the full smash-tastrophe, and the only to include an extra large smashable. Understandably, they choose a toilet. It's 3 days before anybody comes. I just said that. My first sale feels good. But my true reward comes from the exhilaration on their faces with every porcelain shattering swing. It's 2 months after opening day, and business picks up, but not fast enough to pay my rent. To make ends meet, I pick up a side gig as an overnight Uber driver. After I ferry home Portland's drunks, I crash under my desk. It's easier than going home. My hands are filleted from picking up glass. My nose bleeds from breathing in smash dust. I can't remember the last time I wore anything other than the red jumpsuit that is my Smash uniform. But the customers are having the times of their lives. Some families come in and treat the place like a trash theme park, the Disneyland dump. More often, people come in to relieve anger or stress. I have customers who are moving on from a divorce, grieving the death of a mother, or have just had like the most stressful day. You would not believe the phone calls. Providing people with this reprieve keeps me going, and I develop a mission statement. Smash-tastrophe destroy rooms, a cathartic celebration in the impermanence of all things through the control and release of destruction. Or ACCITIOACCAROD for short. Sitio at Karad for shorter. Unfortunately, my downstairs neighbor, Maine College of Art, doesn't share my vision. The smash rooms are located directly above a classroom where they practice drawing nudes. The college doesn't appreciate their intimate space interrupted by a cacophony of sledgehammers decimating microwaves. It causes the models to flinch. I'm served with a noise complaint. I can't afford to move my smash rooms anywhere, and my business is finally taking off. So much that I hire weekend help and stop driving for Uber. I ignore the complaint and hope it goes away. I am so close to actually making a profit. The complaint doesn't go away. Just after the start of 2020, the best year of everyone's lives, I receive a final notice regarding noise complaint violations. I'm told that if I don't soundproof the smash rooms within 30 days, I'll be in violation of my lease and must vacate the premises while remaining liable for the remainder of my 3-year lease, totaling $112,700. I call my mom. We negotiate a compromise. My 68-year-old mother and I will build a soundproof test floor. We stuff pallets with insulation and sandwich them between rubber horse stall flooring. On test day, I'm alone in the newly soundproofed room, sledgehammer in hand, staring down a broken dishwasher. I send my mom, 2 property managers, and the art teacher who made the complaint to wait in the art room to see if they hear anything. Everyone hopes the silence remains unbroken. Everyone but the art teacher. I take a deep breath, then swing my sledgehammer at the dishwasher. It's one of the only times I get to smash something myself. For just a moment, I'm free. And it tastes sweet. The trial immediately fails. My smashing is heard down below, loud and clear. In light of our good faith, I'm let out of my lease with a month to vacate. Smash-tastrophe Destroy Rooms hits profitability less than 6 months after opening, with less than a month until having to close. Even though time is up for Smash-tastrophe, I'm proud. I start to dismantle my business and look around. I've built this kingdom of junk and turned it all into gold. If I'm capable of this, what else am I capable of? I can't wait to find out. Now, I will enjoy myself as I smash it all and start anew again. Thank you.
Gabriel Perez. Thank you so much. Smash-tastrophe. Let's welcome back up to the stage TMI Project's co-founder, Eva Tenuto.
Everything has just been amazing so far. Thank you, everybody. This is a real honor for me. If you are familiar with this area, then you know we're very lucky to have a lot of really incredible organizations doing amazing things here in Kingston. It's pretty unusual, the level of work that's being done here for the community, by the community. And I feel that at the epicenter of that is the Center for Creative Education. It is one thing to read a mission statement and know that people are doing good work. And it's another thing to be in the presence of it and see the impact that it has on a regular basis. So in 2016, right around the time of the election, the other time of everybody's best year in the world, I did myself the good fortune of starting to dance at CCE very regularly and immediately saw how much this was a safe haven for so many of the children in Kingston. The work they're doing there is incredible, and it's activism with joy. Everyone there is just bursting at the seams with joy. It has been a lifesaver for me. At the heart of that, making all of it work, is someone who prefers to stay in the background and not get any credit. So I have the good fortune of making her very uncomfortable tonight by acknowledging her and giving her credit where credit is due. Meridith Robb works tirelessly. I've never met a harder worker than Meridith. She keeps the entire place going. She's either working with kids or drumming at a drum circle or teaching soul line dancing or at the registration desk. And this is just one example that I'll share. I came in recently to check in for class. And you know, we're going through a lot at home. Meridith asked me how I was doing, and I was like, oh my God, today was like a really hard one. And we talked for a little while, and then the next person came in after me, and she said, hey, how you doing? And they were like, oh God. And I was like, oh, she just does this. This is just what happens to her all night long. And it's like she had never heard it before. Meridith, you support everyone. And for me, and it's what I see you do with the children, and then knowing what it feels like firsthand just makes me really want to say thank you. Thank you, Meridith.
Woo! Meridith Robb, Agent of Change 2023.
Yeah, so she's right. This is probably the worst place for me to be because I like to be back there. But thank you, Eva. Thank you, TMI. Everybody that goes through your program, like I completely respect and really admire the bravery of the people that go through that program. And that being said, the organizations within the community, she took half of my speech, so I'm gonna have to make it up now. The organizations within this community are incredible. And I think, and I'm gonna speak for myself, but I'm gonna speak for all of you, is that a lot of the organizations come from people that create these organizations in a healing mode for themselves. I know that for me, music, when I was a child going through traumatic experiences, that was my safe haven. I know that walking up the stairs of CCE, because my daughter was told by Drew that she had rhythm, was a moment that changed my life, because I spent 30 years as a workaholic in retail as a trauma response to a very difficult childhood. And I was able to transfer that workaholicism into an organization that uses arts to heal and to give kids a safe space to go, and to be able to be there for not just kids, but adults that heal me as much as it heals them. And I'm very thankful for that, and I'm thankful for Drew. I'm thankful for the team of CCE. I know there's some of you out there that are all just puzzle pieces that come together to create this beautiful picture of what CCE is, and where I love spending my time, and where I love spending, my energy, where I love to give and receive that energy. And again, I am grateful to live in a community that has so many amazing people, amazing organizations, And especially special love to my CCE family, because that is the ones I created and made to replace the ones that were not really there for me as I grew up, and really healed me. And I heal every day. There's times where I fail, and we all go through it. And there's times where I'm aggressively helpful. That's our new word for bossy. And there are times where I just feel true love for everything that we do and everything that we are able to provide. So I hope to continue to be there for the rest of my life. And I'm just thankful to Drew for being a visionary for our organization, to the team that helps make it happen every single day, and to the organizations and the people in this community that just continue to give out of love and out of healing and out of a desire to make this community better. So thank you.
Woo! Meridith Robb, Center for Creative Education, 2023 Agent of Change. So well deserved. Thank you so much for all the work you do for everyone in this community. And I would recommend checking out cce4me.org to find out about all their programs. So we're telling stories live tonight in person, but some of you might say, hey, I don't feel like going out. Maybe I feel like listening to a story, but I don't want to leave my house or my car. Well, guess what? You're in luck, because the TMI Project podcast exists, and it's updated and better than ever. It is now the TMI Project Story Hour, and it is hosted by, guess who's hosted by? It's hosted by me and Blake Faya. We're having a blast talking to storytellers, new storytellers, old storytellers, sharing their stories, listening to their stories, and talking about how true storytelling has changed their life. I would love it, and I will not continue the show until it's done, if everybody would just pick up your phone and subscribe to the podcast, TMI Project Story Hour. I mean, it'd be nice if you did. You don't have to, but make me feel pretty good. But it's dropping. The new season is dropping in November. But you beautiful people, guess what? You get to hear the trailer before anybody else does, because you're good. God damn it. I mean, we're all good. So without further ado, I don't know where Eva went, but Eva's gone. We're going to play that trailer, and we're going to keep the show going afterward. Again, wherever you get your podcasts, check out the TMI Project Story Hour. Thank you.
Whenever I apply for something online or over the phone, like a job or school, the first thing I wonder when the communication ends well is, oh dear, do they know I'm Black?
I am not American enough, and now I am not Mexican enough.
I'm on the precipice of my bat mitzvah. On my 12th birthday, I'm going to become a grown woman.
Welcome, dear listeners, to the TMI Project Story Hour. Each episode features real people, real voices, and real stories, all written during a TMI Project workshop.
I'm the lead in the fall youth choir production, Fruity Tunes, a spin-off of the famous Christian animated series, VeggieTales, singing, He gives love, joy, peace, and...
We'll take you behind the scenes, introducing you to our storytellers and letting them fill you in on how sharing their stories changed their lives.
Before I went through the process of writing this story, I did not think that taking care of my health was something that I deserved. After telling my story, I felt very empowered.
I read the story to my husband and asked him if it was too dark to read in front of an audience of people. And he said, no, I actually think it's kind of funny. And I said, what are you talking about? It's so dark. But then, in fact, everyone laughed when I read it.
And you'll see just how contagious the truth can be.
And in all confidence, I know that beautiful, brilliant, and strong 17-year-old girl that I was is hopeful and proud to see me standing on this stage, telling her story, our stories, at last.
So if you're seeking some heartfelt connection with some radical truth tellers, we've got you covered. Subscribe today and listen wherever you get your podcasts.
The TMI Project Story Hour. New season coming in November. Let's keep things merrily rolling along, shall we? Let me place this mic in the right position. I'm going to take my time. Take my time. Well, I think this is going to work. I am very happy to welcome to the stage a beloved friend and member of the TMI Project family, a workshop leader who has enabled us to do TMI Project workshops in Spanish, Perla Ayora, to present the next Agent of Change Award. Christine, are we good? Is this a good placement? I can't see anybody. Okay.
Buenas noches. My brain doesn't memorize in English, so I'm gonna read, but I mean every word. I'm here to introduce truly an amazing person, a journalist and a radio personality who is a force, believe me, it's a force, in our community and who works hard to make sure every voice of our Hispanic community is heard, right here in the Hudson Valley. She's a strong advocate of inclusivity, and through her radio show and her magazine La Voz, she brings equal access and information for everyone. But it doesn't stop there, because she's always finding new creative ways to unify our community. Through theater or a music event, you name it, she got it, and she just wants us to be one community. And she does everything while also balancing to having a family. And that's why her dedication not only is an inspiration and has opened doors, but she really inspires us to follow her steps. And bueno, welcome la grandiosa, la fabulosa Mariel Fiori.
Mariel Fiori, 2023 Agent of Change. Woo!
I didn't know she was talking about me. I said, who's that? Okay. Buenas noches, muchas gracias Perla, muchas gracias TMI. Good evening, thank you Perla, and thank you TMI. I also tell stories. As a Latina journalist, as an immigrant, I'm interested in telling the stories of those who are not usually featured or show up at all in the local, regional, or national news publications. We are barely seen or celebrating. Of course, we have now Hispanic Heritage Month. That also has its caveats, and I ask everyone if you can at some point Google the controversy about the National Museum of the American Latino. And if you know about that, please do go and check what's going on, because that's when we are celebrated just for salsa and music, but nothing else. In any case, I'm very happy and super thankful to receive this honor tonight, and I hope, and I know that TMI will have more programming in Spanish, so muchas gracias de todo corazón.
Thank you so much. Such a well-deserved award, Mariel. I want to bring back to the stage, maybe for the first time bring to the stage. I don't know if he's been up here, but he is the pot of gold at the end of my rainbow. It's Blake File. I'm talking about you. Come on.
Thank you, Julie. Hi, everybody. So nice to see you. I am here to present the award to the organization. We do an organization every year when we do Voices in Action. This organization was kind of a no-brainer for us to choose. They've kind of been chasing us down. It's like, you're obsessed with us or something. It's like you're sitting next to me. Weird. But seriously, Hudsy is a beautiful organization. They started as a cooperative, and since starting, they have metamorphosized into one of the most beautiful things that I've ever seen in my life. And I can tell you this for sure, because they have changed my life personally as an artist in ways that I cannot express to you. When I was approached, okay, I said, obsessed with me. It's like, we get it, you're here. When I was approached initially to turn a project of mine into video content, I was like, I've never really worked in film. I don't know what to do. And they were like, don't worry, we got you. Hudsy is a content platform that allows storytellers across the Hudson Valley region to tell their stories, which is exactly what TMI Project does. But the thing that I think makes Hudsy special is the people behind the platform. They really care about this community in ways that I cannot express to you. And I'm not gonna say much more, but here tonight to present this award, to accept this award, I'm presenting the award. That's me. Blake. To give this award, to accept this award is Angel Gates and Laura Kandel, two of the co-founders of Hudsy. So let's give them a round of applause.
Are they coming up now? Oh, wait a minute, Blake.
Wait a minute, I screwed up. So there's a video we're gonna show, and then I'm gonna give this to them, but don't try to touch it until after the video, you guys, okay? So just a second.
Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
We're trying to make some changes in the valley and do things that haven't been done before.
Because a lot of times, people don't even know about the events or stories that are being told within their own backyards. And Hudsy is bringing light to that and also connecting people in that way by sharing those stories.
It allows people to realize that there are other people in their community that are like them.
Without connection, how do we really know one another? Like, how would we understand each other's story, each other's culture, history?
Through art, it is the most palpable kind of connection that we have, because we get to show each other how we actually feel, and in that way, identify with one another.
It means people, it means place. It's all of the things that we need in our lives to be able to build that connective tissue between each other.
We get to go beyond just boundaries. We get to realize that we are humans.
I think that's incredible and needed, and it's a piece of the puzzle that's missing.
It's a space for the entire community to come together, to be able to rally behind artists.
You get to look around and be like, hey, I know where that place was filmed. I want to go there, or I want to learn more about their stories. And it's different than just what's viral.
It gives creatives a place to shine and everybody a chance to have their ideas brought to life.
Are you getting, like, what are we looking at? My whole body? Okay, good.
Behind the scenes, on the screen. I just repeated what I was saying.
I got something in my throat. Can we do it?
Blake, you get back up there and let's give a big round of applause to Laura Kandel and Angel Gates.
Ladies and gentlemen, Angel Gates and Laura Kandel.
I just want to address that Blake has chosen to say we're obsessed with him, but he definitely dyed his hair our team color. So I feel like you got it wrong. Thank you all so much for this. Angel Gates back here, you're very far away. I just want to say that storytelling started centuries ago, and as part of our mission to preserve the culture of the Hudson Valley and really archive that and bring it to people online and in person through the power of storytelling, our missions couldn't be more in line. And it's just such an honor to have that recognized and be a part of this community and be able to tell stories that are meaningful to all of you and us and honestly the world, because it might start here, but it's all relevant. And I'll leave it at that to Mr. Angel. Here for you.
Thank you. That's awesome. How's everyone doing tonight? I had a time limit, but I'm gonna go over it because I don't. And I actually wrote something. I usually wing these type of events, but I wrote something and I did not chat GPT it. So here we go. Storytelling. It's the magic of connecting hearts and minds. In stories, we find power to inspire, to teach, and to heal. Each tale carries a piece of a shared humanity, reminding us that we are never truly alone. Through storytelling, we transcend boundaries and immerse ourselves in experiences of others. In these narratives that we discover our common dreams, fears, and aspirations. So let's embrace the storyteller within each one of us. For in our stories, we hold the keys to unlock empathy, understanding, and a brighter, more connected world. I'm a Puerto Rican kid from the South Bronx. I grew up in the hood, but I always dreamed. And I'm here today helping other people's dreams come to life. And I feel so blessed and so thankful for just the community here. And this is just the beginning, because Hudson is gonna be bigger than what a lot of people think it is gonna be. So thank you so much. This means the world, it really, really does.
Two more small things. Thank you to our team who's here, and our apprentices who are here. And also, Hudson TV is officially free now, so you can go to hudson.tv and watch over 600 stories from over 100 creators, including stories, finally, that Hudson created are now all free. So please go check it out and learn more about your neighbors.
Hudson! Creating amazing content. Check it out, hudson.tv. Angel and Laura, thank you so much. You go and save the best for last. I want to, it is a great honor for me to bring up tonight's last storyteller. You will not soon forget. Good friend, brilliant stage actress, and amazing storyteller, the wonderful, the amazing Terry Wiegand.
Any other time, I would be riddled with guilt, worried that my husband would catch me, but nothing matters anymore. I'm having an affair with a man I've never met. Charles is his name, I think. He has a low, reassuring voice like a lighthouse in a storm. I remember the first conversation we ever had. He did most of the talking. He doesn't keep things bottled in, and I appreciate that quality in a man. He says, thank you, and I'm sorry, and I believe him. He has a tendency to say the same thing over and over, but the consistency is reassuring. Our relationship began on March 20th, 2020. I'll never forget his first words to me. Thank you for calling the New York State Unemployment Insurance Claim Center. For English, press 1, and I do. I press 1. I know I need to learn another language, and now that I'm not working, I plan on carving out time for it, but for now, he tells me it's okay. He instructs me to do things. It makes me feel safe. I press 2 when he tells me to, and then 9, and then 2 again. My fingers feel nimble on the buttons, and I wonder if he could tell that I lingered a little bit on that last one. After my most recent show closed on March 1st, I told myself I should take a short break before the busy year ahead. Work was lined up, and for the first time in my life, I was gonna be able to make my entire living from acting. And now, enter COVID-19, stage left. And every show, every project, every prospect was canceled. This little intermission is now a final curtain call, and I have never felt more desperate. Charles asks me for my social security number. Now, this is the first moment that I take pause. But my defenses are down and I am completely vulnerable. Against my better judgment, I tell him the 9 digits that verify me as a human person, and I wait. Now he wants a pin. A pin. Oh, we're getting pinned. 1950s of you, Charles. Charles tells me to stay on the line so he can transfer me to someone who will help me complete my application. What? I just gave him my PIN. Doesn't that mean anything? It just feels so cold. After 3 seconds, I hear a sharp intake of breath and a familiar voice. Charles is back. I'm sorry, but we're experiencing a very high call volume at this time. Please call back later. Click. And he's gone. I was just an adjunct instructor at NYU, and today I have 22 cents in my checking account. I just finished off a stellar 5-week run of a one-woman show, and today I have 24 cents in my savings account. I just performed that solo show at the largest solo theater festival in the world and won an award, and now I have 46 cents to my name. But I just did that fast. Maybe I could be an accountant. I don't think my parents would complain. I would be a horrible accountant. Acting is what I've done my entire life. It's what I'm good at. But the idea of being non-essential doesn't feel good. How do I become essential? How do I help? I call Charles back. This time, it's the blaring tone of the busy signal, and I had always heard it as just a tone, but now it's as if they're yelling, Charles! 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 And it goes on like this for a week. Occasionally, I talk to his friend, Beverly. Of course, her name is Beverly. And I listen to Beverly's metered, dulcet voice, and I wonder, does she and Charles ever have a thing? I mean, there is a noticeable tension between us, and I try to keep it light and professional, but I swear I can hear her say, your call cannot be completed as dialed, and I snap, and I scream into the receiver, fuck you, Beverly! That first week, I called Charles 400 times. Sometimes he was busy. Other times he tells Beverly to talk to me, the bitch. I take a break from calling Charles, and I don't want to seem needy, and I can take a hint, but it is April now, and I've only made $300 in the last 2 months combined. So I call another number with an equally urgent matter. Thank you for calling the Mega Millions winning numbers line. It's him. My Charles, what is he doing there? I didn't even pay attention to the numbers he said, even though I am more likely to win the lottery than to get through to unemployment. I hang up quickly. I don't want to embarrass him by bringing up the past. April 4th was the most intense day of our entire relationship. I wake up relaxed. I light my meditation candle, and I pick up the phone. I am calm, cool, and collected for my first 400 calls. But then 500, 600, 700. That's when things started to shift. The tears came at 700. And where is he? Doesn't he know how badly I need him? 800, 900. My hands hurt. 999, 1,000. I speak with this new guy that sounds like Casey Kasem, and then Beverly the fucking bitch, and then I get the busy signal. Charles is clearly trying to tell me that we need a break from each other. I know I have to accept it, but how? I pick up a copy of Codependent No More by Melody Beattie. I didn't cause it. I can't cure it. I can't control it. It makes so much more sense to me now. I'm gonna break it off completely, but he has something that I need badly. In total, I call Charles 2,017 times over the course of 20 days. 2017. That was the year that I married my husband. Oh, yeah, Adam. Yeah. I have an actual husband. He's a super talented, unessential tattoo artist who I love. We've been married for 3 years, but it feels like 4. It's fine. It's fine. We have a good time. But I long for something that Charles has that Adam cannot give me now. I dial for the 2018th time, and I get through. Charles, my love, talks to me. He's telling me all the things that I want to hear. And we almost make it to the end, to the climax of a speech, when my husband bursts through the door with, "Hey, how's it going?" And I slam down the receiver. "Oh, nothing!" But what if that was the call? The time I got through, my heart drops. About 20 minutes later, the phone rang. It's Charles. He's calling me. "Hello, I see from your records that you've been calling us to try to complete your claim. We are fixing the problem. There is no additional information we need. We will finish your application." Click. The end. The silence was deafening.
Well, everybody, here comes a very, very special moment that you've all been waiting for with bated breath. It's time to get real gay, real queer, real happy, real colorful, real fantastic, and bring back to the stage Ms. Oh, this just in. Get your wallets out, because every dollar that you tip this next artist will go right back into the deep pockets of TMI Project. Please welcome a wonderful performance from Laganja Estranja.
Go to sleep when I got you next to me.
Follow the noise, baby, keep on dancing like you ain't got a choice. So come
me. All night, I ride with you. I know you got my back, and you know I got you. So come up, come up, come up. Let's get physical. Lights out, follow the noise. Baby, keep on dancing like you ain't got a choice. So come up, come up, come on. Let's get physical. Hold up, just a little time. Come on, hold up. Tell me if you're ready. Come on, baby, keep on dancing. Let's get physical. Hold up, just a little time. Come on, hold up. Tell me if you're ready. Come on, baby, keep on dancing. Let's get physical. All night, I'll ride with you. I know you got my back, and you know I got you. So come up, come up, come on. Let's get physical. Lights out, follow the noise. Baby, keep on dancing like you ain't got a choice. So come up, come up, come on. Let's get physical. Let's get physical. Feel it. Physical. Get on up. Let's get physical. Come on. Physical.
Yes! The dip heard round the world! Laganja Estranja! Yes, shaking those tail feathers. Everybody get up here. All the honorees tonight, all the storytellers. Come on up, let's take a collective bow. Mariel, up on stage. Everybody. Every honoree, every storyteller. I'm so full of glee right now. Laganja Estranja. I mean, just everything. Everything. Jessieca McNabb. Celeste Lacine, Meridith Robb, KT Kennedy, Gabriel Perez, Mariel Fiori, Perla Iora, Terry Wiegand, and Laura Kendall, Blake, some of the Angel Gaze. Every storyteller, amazing. Every performance, amazing. So happy to have shared a stage with you all tonight. We, in alignment with our mission, we make everything free. This event is totally free. It usually is a fundraiser for us. We know that not everybody's able to donate, but it feels...
But you can, so donate some money, please.
It feels good, and you don't have to drop a hundo. It would be great if you did, but please donate to us and help us keep going with our programming and reaching as many people we can with our programs to help. Thank you so much. There is a QR code somewhere. QR code, and there's a table you can donate. Thank you all for being such an amazing audience. It is so important for the storyteller to know that somebody is out there actively listening and validating their experience. Thank you all so much, and is there anything else?
You got it.
We got it. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you. Everybody take a bow up here. Take a bow. Thank you to Radio Kingston. Thank you to the Senate Garage.